Hi everyone, welcome to the latest episode of Pallikudam Smart Boards. This is Danya taking you through some smart updates for all stakeholders in education. So let's start with Smart Board special of this week. We all wish to know the origin of the food we eat, whether we shop at a farmer's markets or from major retailers. Now, researchers at the University of Tokyo with collaborators at the French National Center for Scientific Research have designed a mobile-based traceability system to trace food from farm to fork. A prototype app proposed by the researchers could provide full transparency from farm to table along food supply chains and meet the needs of smallholder farmers, boutique producers and industrial growers. The researchers see it as a measure to prevent food fraud. The research team's food tracking system begins with the harvest of any ingredient, for example, rice on a family farm. The farmer opens the app on a mobile phone, enters details about the amount and type of rice, then creates and prints a QR code to attach to the bags of rice. A truck driver then scans the QR code and enters details into the app about where, when and how the rice was transported to the market. A market vendor buys the rice, scans the QR code to register that the rice is now in their possession and enters details about where and how the rice is stored before resale. Eventually, the vendor might sell some rice directly to consumers or the other manufacturers who can scan the QR code and know where the rice originated. Of course, this could bring peace of mind to diners all over the world. Now, let me take you to the highlights of Pallikudam Smart Boards this week. I'm sure you all have heard the terms emotional intelligence and social and emotional learning. Mastering these skills are really important for your child during a pandemic. But if you only have a vague idea of what emotional intelligence or EI and social and emotional learning SEL mean and why they matter, you are not alone. Let me explain in simple words. EI is the ability to identify and manage your emotions and the emotions of others. SEL refers to a process in which children acquire emotional intelligence, develop empathy for others and learn problem-solving skills. Researchers have shown that students who manage their emotions perform better academically and have fewer disciplinary issues. Now, as COVID pandemic continues, the philosophies associated with SEL are vital in helping students cope. Mark Brackett, PhD, founding director of the Yale Center for Emotional Intelligence, which is a part of the Yale Child Study Center, says that for kids who worry a lot, especially during this pandemic, parents should always let them know you are doing everything you can to make sure they are safe, that you are doing the right things to protect everyone and that you are there for them. Please read this article in detail on our website as it will be really helpful for you. Do you know how to overcome the challenges of online learning and teaching? The POV Center for Teaching and Learning in the USA has developed a list of 7 strategies any learner can use to succeed in an online classroom. Let's have a look. Number 1. Communicate with instructors. Number 2. Engage with classmates. Number 3. Stay focused during class. Number 4. Set clear goals. Number 5. Practice using technology. Number 6. Avoid fatigue and burnout. And number 7. Reward yourself. Education relies on the well-being of learners and instructors. Following the right learning strategy will be mutually beneficial to students and instructors. A new research from Oxford University has delivered a surprising finding. Time spent playing games is positively associated with well-being. The study suggests that experiences of competence and social connection with others through play may contribute to people's well-being. Indeed, those who derived enjoyment from playing were more likely to report experiencing positive well-being. These experiences during video games may be even more important than the actual amount of time a player invests in games and could play a major role in the well-being of players. In their study, the Oxford researchers looked at patterns of player behavior for 2 popular video games. More than 3,260 players were asked to complete a survey designed by the researchers to measure well-being, self-reported play and motivational experiences during play. The survey findings were combined with objective behavioral data for the survey participants collected by the video game companies. Have you heard of the idea of Level 5 leadership? Dr. Manu Melvin Joy, an assistant professor at School of Management Studies at CUSAT, has written a wonderful article on this for the November issue of Pallikudam magazine. In the article, he explains the thought of Level 5 leadership is exceptional because it is based on first-hand evidence. The concept was shaped by a business consultant named Jim Collins. Jim Collins categorized leaders into 5 levels. Level 1 leader is an extremely skilled individual. A Level 2 leader is a perfect team player. A Level 3 leader is a proficient manager. A Level 4 leader is an effective leader who sets high-level performance standards. And a Level 5 leader alters the firm into a great institution. If you want to know how to evolve as a Level 5 leader, please read this article in our magazine as well as on our website. Released weeks before the first COVID-19 cases were reported, the book named The College Stress Test revealed how close many universities were to financial ruin in the USA. The pandemic situation made the predictions real. The book's co-author, Robert Zemsky, a luminary in the field and a professor in Penn GSE's Higher Education Division, explains 6 trends which will influence higher education decision making in 2021. They are: number 1, leaders just might get real about the business model. Number 2, tenured faculty will face skews. Number 3, the traditional curriculum could be transformed. Number 4, the 3-year degree could be adopted. Number 5, sports will dominate headlines for all the wrong reasons. And number 6, campus leaders will not be calling all of the shots. What does it take to motivate students to personalize learning? How do you navigate complex conversations, facilitating productive, respectful discussions in a lecture hall, seminar or remote classroom? All those who aspire to study at MIT can find answers on Chalk Radio, a podcast from MIT OpenCourseware. Each episode features an interview with selected instructors offering highlights from the subject matter as well as insights into each professor's approach to teaching. New episodes of Chalk Radio Season 2 will be released over the course of the fall and winter. You can read all these stories and many more on our website www.pallikudam.com. Now moving on to Smart Cues. Let's have a quick look at the answer for the question last week. The question was, in NEP 2020, the current 10+2 system to be replaced by a new curricular structure. What is the new curricular structure? And the answer is B, 5+3+3+4. Coming to this week's question, which scientist discovered the radioactive element radium? Let me repeat, which scientist discovered the radioactive element radium? And your options are: option A, Isaac Newton, option B, Albert Einstein, option C, Benjamin Franklin, and option D, Marie Curie. Please write your answers in comments and get featured in the next episode. We'll be back next week with a new set of updates. Meanwhile, follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more stories from Pallikudam. Thank you. Goodbye.